So I found the key to getting exactly what you want in life. Things that might seem out of reach now. And there's so many different routes you can go down this. You can buy courses. You can go down the discipline route. They all circle back to one thing. I've found it's one thing, and that's keeping promises to yourself. Now, let me elaborate on that, because a lot of people might keep promises to other people, or maybe break promises to other people, and they will lose respect for you. Whether you know it or not, they do, subconsciously. They might not even know it, but a small bit of self-respect is lost within yourself and within that other person if you break a promise to somebody. Say, for example, you have a girlfriend and you say you're going to take her out for dinner on a Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening rolls around and you say, oh no, I can't do it anymore, I can't afford it, or I'm off out with the lads. You broke a promise to her, and while she might not seem bothered, she's lost a small ounce of respect within you, and your word loses meaning. She loses trust in you. And over time, much like if you were to put positive habits in your life, like if you went to the gym every day for just 20 minutes a day, over 2-3 years, you'd see a humongous difference. These small little things that you promise people and then you don't follow through with, exact same thing. On a long scale, these atomic things within your day are going to compound into big things. So say you break these promises every week, once you're a year in, she's fully lost trust within your word. She doesn't trust you. The relationship's toxic. You're probably broken up because you were arguing all the time. You disagreed on too many things, and you didn't see the wrong in it. And she obviously couldn't trust you at this point. I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but the principle is exactly the same with keeping promises to yourself. If you were to do that, that person would lose trust and self-respect within you, and you would also lose self-respect within yourself. A very small amount, probably not even enough for you to realize, okay? These things over time make your confidence go down and down and down. It's the exact same thing within yourself. And I'm not going to snooze the alarm. I'm going to wake up at 8 a.m. on the dot, and I'm not going to wake up any later. If you snooze the alarm and you stay in bed until just 10 past 8, you break a promise to yourself, and whether you recognize it or not, you lose trust in your own word, which means you, in turn, lose confidence. And with confidence comes competence. So the key to confidence is keeping promises to yourself. Now, a byproduct of keeping promises to yourself for a consistent period of time is you get the result that you're looking for. Maybe you don't have it in mind, but if you just keep the promises you have to yourself every single day when nobody's looking, you build self-confidence. You don't need to lie. And I'll give you an example, okay? I go boxing. When I go boxing and the coach is looking at somebody, I see they work harder because they want to build trust within them and they want the coach to think that they're working hard. As soon as the coach turns around or they go out of the room, I look at them and I see the amount of effort that they put in goes down significantly. And I used to look at that and think, yeah, that's normal. I used to do that. But then you realise, yeah, you might not be losing trust or respect within the coach, but you lose it within yourself because you're telling yourself, oh, I just need to gain their validation that I'm a hard worker, but then under the surface, I don't need to work hard because nobody's looking. And that is how you lose self-confidence and you lose self-respect. Now, if somebody's not looking, I'm going to work even harder because I want to build that respect and that trust within myself that I have the capability of working my ass off regardless of who's watching. Another example would be if I go to the fridge right now, there's chocolate in the fridge. I would usually just eat it, but then say my parents were home because I wanted to prove a point, I wouldn't eat it because I wanted them to think I was disciplined rather than actually doing the hard shit and becoming a disciplined individual and trust and building that self-respect and trust on my own word. I'm not saying I don't slip up. Of course I slip up, but the moral of this video is just keeping promises to yourself is the foundation of getting everything you want. Because once you know everything you say comes to life, life is crazy. Imagine you could quite literally go, I'm going to build a 6-figure business this year. And with full conviction and confidence, you know that's going to happen because you have a bucket of self-proof, a stack of proof that you are who you say you are. You already have the identity of a 6-figure entrepreneur. And that is a byproduct of just keeping the promises to yourself. I can now say I run a multi-six-figure business, because I do. And that is a byproduct of keeping the promises that I made to myself. And the promises aren't hard anymore because it's an internalized habit. It is internalized within me to work throughout the day and then at 9-10 p.m. clock out and do my journaling in my 6-minute diary. And that is a promise that I keep to myself every single day. I do not break it. And if I do, I lose confidence and I lose self-respect. So if you're ever wondering what the difference is between people who have success, and I'm not classing success as somebody who has money, I class success as success in all areas of life: relationships, health, financials. It's they keep promises to themselves, and they did it for a ridiculously long period of time, so now they have full conviction in everything that they tell themselves. They don't just keep promises to other people, they keep promises within themselves, because that is the foundation and the root of success: financial success, emotional success, relationship success, fitness, health success. Just keep promises to yourself. Write down the things that you're going to do. And I can give you an example here in my 6-minute diary. Whether you can see this or not, I don't know. Here. This is how I'll make today great. Okay, this is what it says. I will stick to my fasting regime. I fast until 12 p.m, so I don't eat before 12, until 8 p.m. I do not eat after 8 p.m. Now, on the 22nd of June, I wrote this down that I was going to stick to it. I didn't stick to it. I think I ate an apple at 8:15 p.m. because I completely forgot. But that's no excuse. So I crossed it off, and that is a promise I broke to myself. Therefore, I need to amend that action and have that as something that I'm going to improve on and focus on the next day. So I've got to balance it out with more wins, because there is going to be losses. Everybody gives in to things every now and again. It's normal. I will finish my get shit done list, which is my to-do list for the day. Things that are going to move the needle with my agency, within fitness, my body, the biceps, and then relationships. So I completed that and I ticked it off. And I also put, I will have a killer workout today. Now, going to the gym for me is an internalised habit, so that is a no-brainer, and I work my ass off in the gym. Obviously, that got done and I ticked it off. But these things compounded over a ridiculously long period of time is what builds self-confidence and is what rich and successful and healthy people do to live fulfilling lives. You can go down the other route and you can just lie to yourself, fake it till you make it, but do you really want to do that? Like, do you really want to have all the money and just know if you lost it, you couldn't get it back again? No. Anyway, rant over. You get the point. Keep promising.